Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. What is absolutely crazy to me is that I've only ever done 2 book videos. I thought I had done so many more because I made a little book playlist and I was thinking, oh, there's gonna be like 4 videos in it. No, there's 2. So this is my 3rd one. Also, I understand book videos, they don't do the best on my channel. Like, they're not my highest viewed videos at all. But I really enjoy doing them. I really enjoy reading and I feel like really satisfied when I've finished a book and I can add it to my pile and be like, yes, that's done. So some of these books I have never read yet. Some of the books I have finished and one book I'm partway through. So the first few books actually I sort of got from like Book Talk. Not to sound cringy or anything. I will talk about them separately, but I've got We Were Liars, They Both Lie at the End, and The Midnight Library. So The Midnight Library is actually one that I'm partway through at the moment. I'll have probably finished it by today. I've not got much left. And it feels weird like talking about it even though I've not finished it, but this book is really good. I like the fact that it's actually not too long. It's by Matt Heyy, which is the same man who wrote The Humans, I think, which I've definitely probably put in another book video. I'm going to read out the blurb to you. Nora's life has been going from bad to worse. Then at the stroke of midnight on her last day of Earth, she found herself transported to a library. There she's given the chance to undo her regrets and try each of the other lives she might have lived. Which raises the ultimate question, with infinite choices, what is the best way to live? So basically, she hates her life and she kills herself. Charming, I know. So she kills herself and then she gets transported to this library, and basically each book is like a new life that she could have lived. And I think people say this book is like, not like life-changing, I don't think it's that dramatic, but there's a good lesson to be learned, and it's probably going to be like, oh, like, you'll enjoy the life that you live or something like that. Maybe I'll have a clip of me when I finish it now. If I finish it by the time I edit this video, I'll tell you what I thought of the book. So I'm editing this video same day I filmed it, and I also finished the book. The ending was okay. It wasn't my favourite thing. It was quite like philosophical and I don't really like that. Like, I don't really like books that like make you think and like have like a life-changing sort of tone behind them. I think I read books to like escape, not like escape my life like it's so bad, it's not, but like a little escape into like fantasy land. Like, I liked the book and the story, but the ending wasn't for me. Although my boyfriend's read it and he says that he really likes it and like he thinks the ending's good, so it's all just personal preference, really. This next book I have read, and it's We Were Liars. I have such a bad cough at the moment. It's literally awful. I think it's because everyone went to Leeds and Reading, and then I went to the club with people who like, I didn't go to the festivals, but I think I've got the same illness that they got. I went into this book completely blind. I had absolutely no idea what it was about. I thought it was gonna be like a bit of a love story because that's sort of the vibes it gives me, and the back is like a tale of love and romance, a tale of tragedy. I really struggled to read the first half of this book. I found it a bit like confusing. The writer like puts a lot of, I want to call them exaggerations, but it's meant to be like that. So like when her dad left her or something, she was like, and then I was shot in the chest or something. I think it was meant to like signify a pain, but for some reason I can't pick up on like, sarcasm's not the word, what's the word? I can't pick up on that in a book, and I didn't understand that she hadn't actually been shot in the chest, and I was like, oh, so like we're reading a book from like the perspective of her dying. And then it was like my heart rolled out into like the flower beds, and I was like, wait, maybe not. The ending of this book, obviously a massive spoiler, but I actually had to sort of sit on this book for a day and just not read anything else because I had to sort of think about the ending because it was really unexpected. And also because of the ending, the one thing is I thought it was a romance book. The actual love interest in the book, they're not very like, I want to say close. Like, you don't really ship them. He doesn't really seem to like her. You find out everything at the end. Honestly, it's about 225 pages long. You might as well read it. That sounds like a lot, but it's a really thin book. If you're interested in it, read it. This next book I have been dying to read. I actually bought this book and a couple of the other ones from Waterstone because I get all my books on Depop, so I sell all my books on Depop and I get all my new books on Depop. Could not find this book anywhere because I think it's a really popular one at the moment. I haven't read it yet. I think I'm going to read another book first, then this one. It seems really good. I'm really excited. I'll read you the blurb. On September 5th, a little after midnight, Death Cast calls, oh no, Mateo? Oh, I'm not good at pronouncing things. I can't read out loud. I really struggle to read out loud, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, and Rufus to give them some bad news. They're going to die today. They're total strangers but for different reasons. They're both looking to make new friends on their end day. The good news, there's an app for that. It's called The Last Friend. And through it, Rufus and Matteo, I really hope I'm saying that right, are about to meet up for one last great adventure to live a lifetime in a single day. I'm sorry if I sound really ill. I feel like I'm really struggling to talk. Also, it's like 30 degrees today and I don't know why. And I'm sat in the conservatory, which doesn't make it any better. But like, there's no light in any other room. I think this book has pictures in it as well, because you can kind of see some pages are darker. I don't want to look at them until I'm at that part in the book. But yeah, this book is very much like, I've only just bought it, so I can't really give my opinion on it. I'll do that in my next video. These next 3 books are a series, and I have read them. I actually was going to read another series after this until I found out they are both exactly the same storyline. Oh, sorry, little coughing fit there. They're both the same storyline. They're both about a blood fever, and then the kids get magical powers, that sort of thing. So anyway, this is the young elite. So the other one I'm on about is the Darkest Minds. Did I make that up? I'm not sure. Anyway, I really enjoyed the first book. Like, I read it so quickly. The second book, I read about halfway through, and then I started to struggle. I always get like this with series. Like, the last book, you know, like the Hunger Games, how the last book like kind of was a bit too different, like it goes a bit too far away from the first book. So I did struggle a little bit in the middle, but then I sort of powered through it and got on with it because I wanted to finish the series so I could move on to a new book. Something about me, I can't not finish a book. Like, I can't do it. The thought of putting a book down when I haven't finished it is like weird. So yeah, if you're into sort of, see, I don't think many people are, but like magical sort of stuff, I guess, these are definitely good to read. The story follows like a girl and her sister, and then she's got like a love interest, so it is quite interesting. I did enjoy it. I just felt like maybe the last 2 books could have been put into one and like a bit shorter. Guys, I'm so ill. I'm so ill. The next book, I also bought this one from Waterstones for brand new, and then I went home and searched it on Depop and it was selling for like £3, so I'm kind of upset I did that, but never mind. I haven't read it yet. It's called 13. It says the serial killer isn't on trial, he's on the jury. Can't say it. Should probably learn how to say that since I'm doing law. Anyway, the blurb just says, the murder trial of the century is here. A ruthless prosecutor, a brilliant defence lawyer, a defendant with a secret, and a serial killer on the jury. So I don't know too much about the book, but it's like murder and law, which are like my 2 favourite things, and magical things as well. I'm thinking of reading this book next as well. The last book I've got for this, I have read. I also brought it brand new from Waterstones, and I also found it on Depop when I went home. Heartbreaking. Anyway, this book is amazing. It's Eeny, Meeny by MJ Arledge. Names are not my thing. Reading out loud is not my thing. Do you know what I find? When I read in my head, if I can't pronounce a word, I just skip it. I just pretend the word's not there. So then when I get called to like read out loud in class, like I used to, I'd be like, oh, no. Anyway, I'll read you the blurb. This one's a little bit longer, but it is a really, really good book. The girl emerged from the woods, barely alive. Her story was beyond belief, but it was true, every dreadful word of it. Days later, another desperate escapee is found, and a pattern is emerging. Pairs of victims are being abducted, imprisoned, then faced with a terrible choice, kill or be killed. Would you rather lose your life or lose your mind? Detective Inspector Helen Grace has faced down her own demons on her rise to the top as she leads the investigation to hunt down this unseen monster. She learns that it may be the survivors' living calling cards who hold the key to the case. And unless she succeeds, more innocent lives will die. This is one of them books that like circles back round. The ending is really satisfying and really good. Something I really liked about this book actually, that I read it ridiculously fast. I think I read it in like 2 days, and it's like, there's a lot of pages. About 440 pages. I read it about 2 days because the chapters are really short. Like, some of the chapters are like 3 pages, and you know when you're reading a book with like really big chapters, it's like, oh, I don't want to start the next chapter because like it's so long. I just kept reading the next chapter and the next chapter and the next chapter because like the story moved so quickly. I'm not sure how to explain it. Like, it was a really fast-paced book. Like, there was no point where I was bored reading it at all. I literally stayed up reading it. Although, the only thing, I was expecting it to be scarier than it was. Like, I've definitely read more scary books, and by that I mean 172 Hours on the Moon, which kept me up at night, and it probably wasn't even that scary, but I'm a little scaredy cat. I'm a scaredy cat and this didn't scare me at all. It's more like a good story. Like, it's a really good story, but it's not like horror. But don't let that put you off it though. Like, I would recommend reading this book 100%. I feel like I haven't done this book justice. Like, I'm not making it sound as good as it is. Like, I literally read it in like 2 days. Like, you really should read this book. I also haven't seen it anywhere. Like, I sort of just picked it up and I haven't seen it on any TikToks, any other YouTube videos. I just sort of went through with this book and I'm so happy I did. I've kind of whizzed through the books a bit, but there was quite a lot. There was 8 books, so that was like a decent amount. I forgot 4 of them. Oh, let me go get them. How did I do that? I literally forgot 4 of them. I was like, I definitely have more than 8. And do you know what it is? It's that series, actually, that I was talking about with the young elites. Okay, it was called The Darkest Minds, as long as that's the first one. The reason I didn't want to start this next series is because it is exactly the same as the young elites ones. And these books they're like really big. Let's have a look at how many pages are in this one. 600 pages. So each of these books is about 600 pages long, and I was like, I can't go straight from one series of books to the other series that's exactly the same, and there's about 6, 12, 18, 20, about 2,400 pages of it. I can't do it. So I thought I'm going to read all them little standalone books and then tackle this huge series. I don't know how to show how thick they are. Like, this is a lot of pages, but I'm excited. I just hope it's different enough from the Young Elites, because otherwise I spent a lot of money in these for nothing. Before I end this video, I just wanted to say that We Were Liars, Eeny, Meeny, and the Young Elite series are all on my Depop. If I remember, I'll link it down below. Sometimes I forget, but I will try and remember. And then I will also have on my Depot at some point, hopefully in the next year, the Darkest Minds series, and then these 2 books when I finish them. The Midnight Library I had to actually get from a library because I couldn't find it anywhere. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. What I was saying before I just had another little coughing fit. I really hope that I can at least inspire someone to read a book that hasn't read a book in ages. That's like, oh, I used to read so much in year 6. No one cares. Read now. Do you know what I mean? Everyone used to read in year 6. Or if it's someone that reads that I've just given like a little good book suggestion that you want to read, that would excite me as well. I'm also going to read the Chaos Walking series. I think that's by Patrick Ness, is it? My friend's going to give me the series when I've finished some of these books that I'm reading. I've just not quite got around to it yet. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you. Do you know what? Next week's video might be my moving into uni video. Maybe. It could be my moving into uni video. So I will see you next week. Bye.